Our consultations with providers of physical activity programs for older people and also with older participants themselves have led to identification of a number of useful steps that can be taken to support attendance at physical activity programs. One of those that came through quite commonly was supporting older people during the very early stages of their attendance at programs.
There is a bit of a process where the clients do get assessed and all that sort of thing by myself before they come on board. But for example, if on a first day for them to visit the group, we always put them next to someone who we think they might get along with, or someone who's a very lovely and warm, welcoming person, one of the clients in the group.
We don't ask too many questions from the person who's just started, we just get to know the person. With the time passes, we get to know, we have activity called get to know. So then we might ask, what you do, and go through the history afterwards so that everyone else know or share the information. That's one way of getting to know the person. Yep.
I came in, I did not know anybody, nobody knew me. But then this was this lady, and she said, "Hey John, come, it's your turn, you give us a 10. I looked up, I said, look, and thought myself, I don't know anybody here. Who's this lady just calling me like that as if she has known me for ages? She said, come along, John, you can give us 10. I was surprised, but anyway, I did. And it was quite a surprise. I said, well, if that's the sort of welcome I'm going to get, probably it's the right place for me to come in. And then I told Jasmine, yes, I would like to join this group. That was the first day.
Another strategy that's also related to the social experience that older people have at programs is developing bonding opportunities where they can interact and socialise with other participants during the program, but also outside of the program. And that might be through morning or afternoon teas or excursions that the group might go on to at other times.
So when the program started, we developed the program over at the SMRC's head office, and that was because the presence is familiar to them and they are sort of comfortable in this setting. To take it out now into the community and into the wider side of things had to be really directed by their preparedness to be able to do that. Yeah.
One issue that came up in our consultations is whether it's better to have a group of older people who come from the same background or who come from more diverse backgrounds, and we heard different points of view about that. Certainly some older people say they enjoy attending a group where there are people from the same cultural background as themselves. But also we heard from providers who pointed out that when you have older people with special needs, it might be memory loss, it might be that they have mental health concerns or possibly even an experience of homelessness, that they could feel less stigmatised and a little less noticeable in an environment where there's more diverse older people. So we've referred to this point as improving diversity to reduce stigma.
Within the SMRC, we do have cultural training, awareness that we undergo so that we are able to actually be equipped to be working with any ethnic community.
As you could imagine, older people feeling that they're going to enjoy a program, that there's activities of interest for them, is going to be something that's going to encourage them to attend in future.
So I get the general information from the regional assessment team. I then make an appointment with that client to do a service-specific assessment. And that's where I'll go out and spend an hour and a half talking to them about their likes, dislikes, their family background, their work history, their hobbies, interests, all that sort of thing.
So same as any clients who comes to the program, they are expecting something enjoyable. So we know each person and what they like to do and what they don't like to do. And giving that social opportunity plus the place that they can talk and be free and be active and do things that they love to do. And while they're doing it, they make friends and have nice lunch and get fit and they get everything that they were looking for. That's what we're trying to do with the assessment and support plans and get to know the person so we can give what they want.
It was when I did my national service. I was in the Air Force and I was in the gymnastic squad, and we went round and give exhibitions and that, and because I loved all my sports and that, and the exercises and that, and I just loved it. And I was able to bring a few here, ones who were well learned in the Air Force, and went on from there.
The next action that we found is important for program providers is being ready to adapt the physical activity program according to the interests and needs. And we've touched on this already as we've talked about understanding the diverse interests of new participants and also the range of needs that they might have. So adapting the program in different sorts of ways can make it more feasible for different older people to take part in an ongoing way, and also it can improve their level of interest in participating over time.
Also with the program we find out more too. We go through assessment again, and if there's any information that's missing, we contact the family or the intake and assessment team again and ask question, what this person like.
As we've said in these videos, we're focusing on older people who come from a range of different backgrounds, including those who are living in socioeconomic disadvantage. And that raises fundamental issues of the cost of programs and also the availability of transport. These are two barriers that can make it difficult for an older person to attend, and it's something that needs to be attended to by providers.
We do provide, as part of this service, transport for clients who need it to get to the program. Now that transport could be in the form of our community bus, which can pick them up from their door, or we do also have a Kia, which is a large 8-seat people mover car, and one of our staff can also pick clients up in that. So anybody who has difficulties getting here, no transport, can't afford the taxi, can't catch public transport, any of that, that is all dealt with. It's not a problem to us. We can always squeeze someone else on the bus.
I just have to ring up and tell them what I need, and they have the car there for me when I want it. So that's very, very helpful. I don't have to worry about it, as to whether they're going to come, because they do. It's really very, very good.
The final point that we'd like to raise in thinking about the things that can be done to support attendance is communicating with older people about the range of benefits that they're going to be achieving through participating in the program. We've talked about some of those things that can include enjoyment and social connection. There are a number of different health benefits, be that physical health, mental health, that are going to be experienced by older people over time as they participate. And one of the things that providers can do to maintain the motivation levels of participants is to intersperse their conversations with participants with comments about the range of different kinds of benefits that they're going to achieve or that they're seeing the older person show while they participate in the program.